Okay, guys, this has been a topic of discussion online within the Transformers community quite a bit for almost a week since Haslab Omega Prime has dropped, and I figured I'd throw my towel in the ring and make a video on it myself, giving you guys my thoughts a bit more in depth than my video when it first got revealed earlier. What was that, this week or last week? Whatever, I don't know. Time is escaping me. Things are just flying by. But oh, by the way, if you hear noises in the background like little meeps, there are children playing outside. So perfect timing just to record a video. I know, right? So, the big question of this is he worth the $250 that Hasbro is charging, plus the shipping costs, plus tax, and then if you live in certain states or outside of the US, like in Canada, and I know they're doing it in, I think, Australia and Mexico and stuff, you have to pay an extra country tax added onto it, you have to pay an extra... some states do an extra state tax or whatever it's called, so you're pretty much at $300 with all that. And, people are wondering, is this thing worth it? Now, my own opinion, I think it's worth it. I was sort of teetering on whether or not it's worth it in the video I dropped a few days ago when it first got revealed. But, after looking at it the past few days and really looking at the math and everything, it's 1000% worth it. Anybody who's telling you that it's 100% fact that it's not worth the $250 either doesn't know math or they don't know how these Transformers toys are made in these factories, designed, made by Hasbro. There's a lot involved with these things. It's not like a freaking Marvel Legend or a Star Wars Black Series figure where it's just a couple parts here and there, some joints, and some reused parts for every figure. No. These are brand new molds generally, and they have to turn from one thing to another. It requires extra space, it requires extra parts, paint, etc. So these things cost a lot to produce. Well, for Hasbro, it doesn't really cost a lot per se, compared to say a Marvel Legend, but you know what I mean. So when you factor the cost into it, Optimus and Ultra Magnus are basically glorified Commander class figures. That's like $90 right there for those two. So we're at $180. And then the deluxe class Blue Bolt, he's a weaponizer, turns into Ultra Magnus's big machine gun that looks absolutely epic. He is a deluxe class, that's $25 right there, so you add that to the $180, that is $205. And then you factor in the extra glorified bits and pieces and extra engineering on Omega Prime, on Ultra Magnus, on Optimus, the combinations, the extra Matrix features for Ultra Magnus and Optimus, the extra pieces of articulation that you usually don't see on a Commander class, that you usually see on a Haslab like Deathsaurus and Victory Saber. I think the tires are going to be PVC too, correct me if I'm wrong, but they're either going to be hard plastic or PVC, similar to the deluxe class Beachcomber from last year, but I can't remember for sure. And plus the two Space Bridge prop/stand pieces. Those are big chunks of plastic that also have engineering bits on it to combine together to be stands to work as space bridges, extra sculpted detail. I don't know if there's going to be extra paint on there, but that goes into the budget as well. Even though that's an add-on tier, they still factor that into the budget, I believe. And that's probably going to get backed. You're probably going to get the stands. You're probably going to get the Omega Blade. The Omega Blade, that's 23 inches of plastic right there, even though it's kind of thin. It's still big. It's still a big chunk of plastic with a bunch of paint on it. The whole thing is painted front, back, side to side, I'm pretty sure. So that's a lot. That's a lot of extra bits added on to two Commanders that you usually don't see on a mainline Commander release. You look at Armada Optimus, all he came with was his gun, the Matrix, and a couple little extra added bits and pieces and features. With Optimus and Ultra Magnus and together Omega Prime, you get so much more than that with accessories, features, parts count. Like, that is where all of the little extra accessories and features that I've explained the past couple minutes is where the extra $45 or whatever That is where all that is built into. The two stands, the Omega Blade, all the extra features put into Omega Prime, Ultra Magnus, and Optimus. So there you go. If you count it all together, you add it all up, do the math, you look at all the features these things have, it is absolutely 100,000% worth $250. And I'm not trying to force people to think this thing is worth $250 plus tax and shipping and plus whatever other, country or state taxes you have to pay depending on where you live. That's your prerogative. It's your opinion. If you don't think it's worth it, that's on you. That's your opinion. But breaking it down, technically and factually, it's worth the $250 when you factor in the cost of everything, where the inflation is, the economy right now. The $250 is valid, guys. I hate to break it to you. If you guys watch my other videos over the past however many years I've been on this channel talking about Transformers and whatever else, I'm not, the biggest Hasbro fan a lot of times. I'd be criticizing them a whole lot, especially for pricing and how they handle certain figures. But right here, for how they handled Omega Prime, this Haslab right here, are you kidding me? This thing is amazing. Quite honestly, I'm surprised this thing wasn't $275 or closer to $300, honestly, because they usually do try and squeeze a little bit more money out of these Haslabs because of it being a Haslab and it being a limited run. They're trying to take advantage of certain things. You saw that with Victory Saber, all these things that were left hollow on him, all these these mainline leftovers on Victory Saber that just looked terrible, all the waffling, and that thing was what, $230 or whatever. And Deathsaurus, he was a bit more valuable, I think, but you really see the value here with Omega Prime. It's two glorified commanders and a weaponizer deluxe, all these different features and accessories. I think this Haslab is worth the most in terms of what you're getting and what you're paying than any of the other Haslabs. I definitely want to get 2 copies of this. This will be the first Haslab that I, 1, actually back when it first comes out, and 2, no, this is not a pun, but I will get 2 copies of it. If you want to back this guy and you're skeptical on it and you watch this video, I'd say definitely back this guy. He is really great. No, I am not sent by Hasbro to tell you guys to back this thing. This is just straight my own opinion, and yeah, this thing just looks freaking fantastic. The base mode with Optimus looks great. The fire truck mode, everything on Magnus looks fantastic. He can actually stand and pose this time around. It's just a dream come true. It's an update that a lot of us Transformers fans have been waiting for, and all you Gi-Wooners and Hasbro 1000% haters all the time can just go suck it, because this is worth the money, and this looks amazing. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. I'm kind of going around in a circle now. Let me know down in the comments below, what do y'all think about this Haslab? Do you think it's worth it, or do you still think it is not, even though I pretty much broke it down for you guys why it kind of is worth it from a technical standpoint. But yeah, all my social medias are linked down below: Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, all that good stuff. My email is also down below if y'all want to hit me up about business inquiries, or if you want to message me about whatever, or if you want to commission a diorama from me, because I make dioramas for people for their stop motions, photography, or just regular display shelves in your homes. You can either hit me up on any of my social medias or just email me and we can work out a deal. But yeah, guys, thank you for watching this video. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Bye!